How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to another Drawcast. So first off, I would like to apologise for the lack of content for the last 2 weeks. It's been a stressful time for me. I'm not going to go into details of exactly what's happened, but an event involving a friend has happened and it's been upsetting and stressful. And I've not been feeling up to streaming, but I'm back now and going to try and get a rhythm going again. So, I figured today we go back to our good friend here, Jakesparkles. And I remember last time you might remember me saying I was having problems with the colouring because I wasn't convinced that it was looking any good, and it still doesn't. It's just like splatters on a page, really. That's pretty much all it is. So I watched some tutorial videos and I saw one in particular that I can't remember the name of. I gave it a little watch and I'm going to try some of the techniques I saw in it. So before, when I was working in free colours, this medium tone here, oh hang on, you can't see the mouse, so like this medium tone here and then this dark tone with this light tone. What I'm going to do this time is work in a 4-tone scale, like here, where this is the darkest one, this one's the darkest, this one's the lightest. But you use the darkest one, oh no, you use the lightest one very little. That's where the light is directly hitting a surface, and the darkest is just almost where there's no light at all. And where I'll be doing no light at all is where I would have, say, a really thick outline like that to add shading. So I'm going to keep his hair and beard like this for now, so that at the end of the video I can compare the new colouring style to this and see which is better. So we're going to work on this little bit here, his sleeve, just so it's easier to compare. So the tunic that he wears is a very outstanding pink. So let's see, what kind of pink can we make? So, okay, that's a very bluish kind of purple. I want a more red. Something bright and with a lot of hue to it, but not massively eye-hurting. So, oh, I think I nearly had it there. Something like that, but a bit more hue. I'd say, ah, god damn it! I'd say about there. So we're going to say that is our... So this that I'm doing here is the medium tone. This is where the light and dark are very evenly matched. So now, we're going to take that colour. And we are going to... Let's see, I'm going to bring this down a bit. And then move this down a bit. And this will be the dark colour. Then recapture this one. And I'm going to move up towards the red this time to make it a bit warmer. And a bit towards the light. This will be our light tone. And then finally, using that colour, we go to almost white, maybe a little bit brighter on this scale, and this will be the lightest scale. So those are the colours we're going to work with for the tunic. So the first thing I would need to do is go to the layer that's got the tunic on. Here it is. And, well, I need to go to the outline first. Magic wand his sleeve, and then select, modify, expand, so that it grabs the outline as well. Then we're going to go into this layer and flat it, as it's called, where you just make it one solid colour. Now I'm going to grab the dark colour, So I need to think of this arm as a 3D image. So I'm going to make a new layer here, and I'm going to show you this. And I'm going to, hang on, flip that over. Here we go. So if I zoom out, I've got to think where the light is coming from this image. And I would say that it is coming from, it's obviously coming from this direction on the right, but more towards a, oh yes, of course, it's been selected. I wonder why it wasn't working then. But it's going to be coming down, oh for God's sake, fucking Photoshop. It's going to be coming down at an angle like this. So not directly at him, but not directly above either. So going back to the arm. Yeah, I hate this tablet. It's so unresponsive. Right, grab the dark color again. Come on, fucking useless. Right, so if I look at the light, it's hitting the side of his head. I'll put a new layer here. So as you can see, it's hitting the side of his head here, obviously very strong. So a lot of this would be in light. And then as, like, let's just use the top of his hair here, for example. So most of this shape here would be facing the light. So that would be the brightest. Then this bit here would probably be about a mid-tone. Here would be about a mid-tone. And then it would start... Oh no, that would be the second brightest, this one here. Followed by a mid-tone, and then the darkest on this side. Like that. So now I've got to do that with the arm. Well, obviously, because of the direction the light is coming from, here, it hits his head before it hits his arm. So we need to make a shadow which sort of matches his head. So something like that. It's hard to see against the pink, I know. But something like that to match the shape of his head and his hair. Then we look at it again as a 3D image. So this bit here would be in almost complete shadow. Well, I say almost completely, in complete shadow, because it is completely facing away from the light in its entirety. This isn't how I'm colouring it in, this is just me planning it out. This bit of the forearm up here would be shadowed. This bit under the cuff would be shadowed. A little, very little line under the cuff would be shadowed as well. And I think that would do. So I can turn that on and off to use it as reference. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the lasso here. And I'm going to just highlight and draw out the areas which I feel will be mostly in shadow. So that bit would be this bit as well, because it's where part of his face is blocking it. I think a little bit here as well. I know I've just done the reference and I might be off. Yeah, see, but I'm looking at it again, constantly checking it, and I'm like, well, no, that would be a little bit smaller. So now I want to grab this little bit here, because the cuff will keep that in shadow. Then this little bit under here, because that'll be in shadow. And I'm going to add just a little crease here to show shape in the arm. So let's make a new layer here, and let's put a dark. Call that the dark layer, and then go back to the image, fill it in. Oh, damn it, it didn't work. So wait, what if I do this? Oh, that's better. All right, never mind. Never mind the dark layer. Okay, so if we turn off the magic wand. Okay, so that's how it looks. I think that's certainly an immediate improvement from this one over here on the beard and the hair. So now let's move on to the lighter tone. And this is the areas that will not directly but almost be in direct contact with the light. So this bit on the arm here. Come on, load. It's not that hard, thank you. Then this little bit. Yep, it's acting up again. Worthless tablet is being stupid. There we go. Alright, so. And that bit there. I think maybe this bit needs to be a little bit bigger. The bit near the cuff, yeah. In fact, that bit in its entirety would be in light. As with the edge of the arm over here. Okay, yep. Now let's fill that in. And cut away. Take away the lines. Okay, now this is the thing. The video I watched said up close, when you look at it up close like this, it does look like crap, but then when you zoom out, it looks better. And I can see an immediate improvement, but we're not finished with it yet. So we're going to move into this little arm here. And now we're going to do the lightest tone, which would be this bit here. This little bit here. I'm not going right up to the edge of the arm because then just doing this little bit here gives the idea that the arm is rounded. It might also not look that good because it's such an odd shape to be working with. Alright, so I've got the lightest tone. Stick it in, and okay, so again, it does look a bit odd because of the shadow of his head. In fact, maybe we should edit that a bit. Let's cut away some of this shadow, shall we? So I'd say about there. Grab the light tone and do that. Oh no, I think a little bit more. Right, better. But it's this shape here that's concerning me, so let's try and round that out. Right, looking better. Now let's grab the lightest one. We'll do this. Yeah, I like that there. That bit I'm liking a lot better. It's just this dark tone. Okay. Thinking about it. Right, so I'm going to do like the darkest tone. Now with my style that I want to try and imitate, the kind you would see in graphic novels, it would be that anything that is the darkest tone, rather than being a very dark pink or purple or whatever in this case, it becomes pure black. So I'm going to cut out this area here and make it completely black, but I think that that might be a bit too strong. So if I... Yeah, that's too strong. So if I cut that out... So again, I've got to think in 3 dimensions, so I would say... This bit here, where the armpit is, just try and give it a more defined shape. Yeah, that's better. I'm going to angle this a bit more to give this shoulder a bit more shape. Yeah, it's looking better already. Okay, now, along this heavy shape here, just gonna add a little bit of roundness for his bicep. Alright. Now, that little bit there. The bit where the ball of the elbow there, that'll be in black. It's always annoying when you get a little white bit like that. Although that's on the, I think that's on the outline. Let me try that. There we go, that was on the outline. Alright. Oh, hang on. I've been drawing that in the wrong bit. Alright, never mind, I'll just move it over. I've been drawing that on the skin layer and not the tunic layer. It's alright. It's okay. Just get rid of this. And there we go. Sorted. Now, carrying on. I think we should emphasize some of these folds in the cloth over here. To get some emphasis of moving material. Let's add a little curve here to show a bit of shape on the shoulder muscle. And let's add a little bit here to show where the bicep gets cut off by the shoulder. And you get the idea what I'm trying to go for now. And I think it's looking okay. It's definitely looking better than this beard does. Let's zoom out, see, have a look. Does look a little odd though. It seems like his arm's really small. Maybe I should make that shoulder smaller. Let's try that. So I'm just going to use a pen now this time to erase some of this black. Well, a brush, not a pen. Right, zoom out, see how that looks. I'm not too happy with that arm. It still doesn't look right. I might just come back to it later on and I might see what's wrong with it with a fresh pair of eyes. Maybe the issue is not enough shadow. I mean, not enough light tone. Oh wait, I think I may know what's wrong. It might be this line here. Okay, that looks better. But I'm still not entirely... It might just be the colour and the shading that makes it look worse. It's hard to tell for sure, really. Still need some practice with this, obviously, but... We'll leave it for now. We'll move on to the face, see if we get a better look with that. So, skin colour. Right, so... Say that's our mid-tone for his skin. Whoops. And Sarah's here. Hey Sarah, how's it going? Go on the palette here and let's get this mid-tone skin on. Right, so darker tone. So that'll be the dark tone of the skin. Then we want to go a little lighter. And then almost pure white. Right then, so on the face. So if I go to the outline layer, click his face, grab as much of it as I can. Get in between these wrinkles. Leave his mouth for now. And then select, modify, expand. Oops. There's a bit there I want to get rid of. Because that's coming off of his face. There we are. So I'm going to grab the mid-tone here and flatten the face. I'm doing okay, Sarah. I'm getting there. Alright, so we've got the mid-tone on, starting with the dark. Let's get some shading in. So the bits under his eyes would be shaded. Under and over his eyes, even. The eye sockets, rather. Use the proper term. So they'll be in complete shade. This side of his head, because it's near enough facing away from the light completely. Under his nose, that'll be in the darkest tone as well. This bit here where his smile wrinkle would block out some of the light. Around here, it would as well, where his cheek is rising. Let's see. A little bit under his cheek here would also help. This round here, this side of the cheek which is facing away. Come on, load. It's not that hard. And stupid fucking worthless laptop. Alright, let's get a little bit just around these forehead wrinkles to give them a little bit of shape. So a little bit there, a tiny bit here. Another little bit on this one. And I'm going to just curve this a little bit. Just draw a little curve to give the indication that the head is rolling back. Add the shadow of a nose on this part. And this side here. Alright, that's going to be in dark. Okay, that's immediately looking better. Yeah, that looks good. Now, what's next? The lighter tone. So, let's see. Alright, so this bit. Around this area. Around the wrinkles. This is facing toward the light, so this would be in it. The edge of his nose here. The side and edge of it, rather. That will be in light. This part of the bottom of his nose. This rounded bit. This little bit here that's slightly raised up, that would be in light. The side of his nostril here. A little bit of this shape. And I think that will do. Okay, so it just seems that adding that made it a bit worse. But we are going to go in and edit it some more. So now we just make some smaller shapes within these areas we've highlighted. And these are the bits that are directly facing the light and are almost white. Okay, so let's zoom out, see how that looks at a distance, because up close it looks shit. And far away it looks better, yeah. Now I've just remembered something that was in the video that I didn't do on the sleeve, which is probably why it looks quite bad. But I need to... No, not burn it. Where is it? Nope. Smudge. So I can try and blend these lines together. So, here goes nothing. This is probably going to go badly, but what can you do? Well, that was a sudden tonal change in the music. This sounds like an advert. Like a bank advert. Okay, well, the smudging's helping. It's not looking as sharp as it did. I did want it to look smoother. Right. No, it is looking a bit better. At least I think so. Smudge just want a bit to add some emphasis on that wrinkle. Just gonna do that. I got a bit lazy with that one, yeah, but just edit that a bit around there. Maybe push it a bit further over here. The nose, yes. Oh, no, wrong way, wrong way. Because the front of the nose is curved there. I want to try and emphasize that curve to give it some better looking shape. And again, up close looks like absolute dog wank. But far away... better. We're getting there. I just need to get some more practice in here. So, just going to cut out the eyes here. There we go. Maybe that'll make a difference. Hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. Now that the eyes have been cut out, I think that does look a lot better. But still more practice is needed. Now, the tricky part. Let's get some of the pure black on there. Yeah, colour club to you as well, Sarah. Whoops. Okay, this isn't as looking as bad as the arm did. I'm seeing an immediate improvement. gonna add a little mark here to suggest an eye socket. Oh wow, this is actually looking a lot better, yeah. At least I think so. What do you think? Anyone in chat? If I can tidy that nostril up a bit. Tidy up this bit here. Tell you what I do hate. I absolutely hate inking. And, well, inking / outlining on this tablet, because look at it. Like these little spidery flicks here, it's so inaccurate and it really winds me up. So the next time I do a Drawcast, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to get a drawing done and then ink it by hand using pens, then scan it in, then colour it, see how it looks. Because like even the edge, the bridge of the nose here, it's so wobbly. And because of the poor pressure detection that's on my tablet, lines don't stay the same for very long. As in, like, they don't stay the same width. And they come out wobbly as well, which really winds me up. Okay, right. See if I can just even out that nose a bit. Okay, now I'm going to do a little test here. So there's a technique in drawing that's called cross-hatching, which is where you shade by going like... Oh, is it working? Why are you not working? Oh, wait, no, I know why. So there's a piece of... So yeah, cross-hatching is where you shade like this. You essentially do that to shade things, right? Now, you need a mixture of fine-tipped pens to pull it off efficiently, and a better tablet than this. So I can actually get a good pressure setting on it. I'm going to try adding a few just dash lines like this. And these are essentially just tiny details which are meant to suggest shapes, because in drawing, a lot of people just draw and look, here's a shape. Like, I'll give you an example. So, let's say a nose, for example. You'll see people draw a nose and it looks like this. Yeah, so there's your bridge, there's the end of the nose, there's one nostril, there's the other nostril. Whereas... Oh, hang on, let me redo that. Step forward. Control shift sets. Whereas what I could do is I could just erase part of it like that and keep a little bit at the top and just like even a little bit like that. Well, no, not even like that. That doesn't look pretty good. It doesn't look that good. So what I could do is I could just erase a little part of that nostril and part of the bridge of the nose. Although that might still be a bit too much. But even though it's not connected, you can still tell if you was to put it on a face that it was still a nose. Because the idea is humans are naturally wired to find shapes, patterns and faces and things. So if you follow a line down like this here, the crease of his head here, even though that's not completely down his face, you can tell that you follow it automatically. You follow it down this line and then it goes down the side of his face straight to his cheekbone, and you can tell what shape is supposed to be there. So I'm trying to add some of that to his face right now. And I think it's going well. But for all I know, I could finish this and by the end of this stream it could be like, wow, that is god awful. Let's save it before I lose everything. Tell you one time, I was using Photoshop and I saved the game. Saved the drawing, and it crashed on me. I was so mad because it crashed during the save. And I was like, don't you dare lose anything, don't you dare lose anything. And it was literally that. That was all that saved, just like a starting point of the drawing. I was so angry. Ooh, let's add a little bit of darkness to his cheek here. Add a bit of cross-hatching to his eye here. Add a tiny little bit of dashes here to suggest the edge of his nose. Some more cross-hatching here. One day I will be able to afford a better tablet, one day. So I won't get crappy marks like that. Add a few marks down here. A little bit across the bridge of the nose. Whoa, see, like what? See how thick they were? Just turn the pressure off, turn it on. Even though I'm pressing quite hard, it's not registering every stroke. And then you turn the pressure off and they're all really thick. A little bit of shading here. Nah, see, this is why I completely hate doing inks. Well, doing outlines with a tablet, especially this one, because it's just so inaccurate and so poor. I never get the line I want. So next time I'm gonna... Actually, do you know what? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep Jake here as the test subject. So whenever I learn anything new or anything I want to try, Jake's gonna be the guy that we practice it on. And when I want to do a proper drawing, we're gonna get an ink drawing that I've done by hand and see how it turns out. So I think the face is like okay like that for now. Let's jump back into the tunic. Let's try adding some of these cross-hatching lines, see if we can save this arm and make it look not as bad as it does. Right, let's zoom out, see how it looks. Definitely a lot better. Even the arm. Though I'm still not happy with the shape that shoulder's taking. I have to figure out what to do with that arm at some point. But yeah, the more I attempt to fix that arm, the more it's going to annoy me. So let's do this here. Because I can't stream for very long tonight because I've got a 5 AM start tomorrow because of my new job. Which is also another reason why I haven't really been doing streams, because work shift patterns are affecting it. So if anyone at home has a preferred day for me to do streams, do suggest one and I will let you know if it can or cannot be done. So let's go back to the skin layer. Right, so we're going to flatten this here. So everything in that ear. Actually, no, not like that. Outline. Select, modify, expand. There we go. So now I'm going to grab the mid-tone. Flatten it. And then we're going to try and work our magic. So the bottom of the ear here would be in quite a lot of darkness. This bit over here. This little bit under a ridge. The front of this bit. That little bit. Actually, no, maybe a better shape to that one. This laptop really cannot handle Photoshop at all. I wonder how I got it to work in the first place, if I'm honest with you. Right, dark tones, in you go. Now, let's get some of these light tones on. Try again, laptop. There we go. And this is going to be the lightest of the light. It would be if I chose the right color. Now let's smudge it all. I realise there's a bit of the hair there that's bled into the ear, but I'll fix that later. It's not a very good ear in the first place anyway, because of the graphic tablets thing. Alright, let's get in there, add some black, see if we can make it look better in any way. Nah, I don't think there's any saving that here. Ah well. If all else fails, can cover it with hair. But that face, just the face bit, I think that's turned out quite well. We'll fix his hair at some point, but not tonight. Where are the flowers? There they are. So he's certainly come. Oh, hang on. Let me just jump into the arm here. Maybe this bit here is what's putting me off on the arm. Let me grab that bit there. Get rid of that. Gonna round this shape a bit more. Oh, I may have cut a bit of the outline off there, but that could work. Yeah, I'm liking that. That little change has made it better for me. I'm gonna try and shrink this line down as well. Nathan L, hello, welcome to the stream. And Finn's here as well. Hey Finn, how's the D&D going? I know it's your D&D night tonight. Oh wait, is that Outline? That's Outline, okay. Okay, Judith's favorite music is playing now. Let's finish off that mouth. Right, so onto the outline layer, grab the mouth, select, modify, expand, back onto the skin layer. Right, here we go. So, flatten it with a midtone, flatten it with a midtone, there we are. Let's choose the darkest parts. So under the mustache. This bit of the lip. If my fucking tablet will behave. Now this is the awkward bit. The lip, the top lip, will be face down, so that will pretty much be in shadow, but not complete shadow. Can be a tricky shape to get right. Yeah, just a little bit under the lip. Oh, didn't choose the tone. There we go. Oh, no. That... Okay, so we'll make that the light tone. And then within those shapes... the almost white. God damn it. Worthless friggin' tablet. So unresponsive and slow. Love the shading on the face, yeah. I think that's turned out quite well, Finn. I think it's the cross-hatching which is giving it that final touch that it needed. And D&D is cancelled. Oh no, Gina. Well, hope she gets better soon. Right, let's add a bit of shading in here. Bit of cross-hatch shading to emphasise some of the shapes on his face. I think that'll do. Let's give that ear another go, see what we can do with it. Yeah, it's looking better than it did. I think that ear just needs to be entirely redrawn, to be honest. Let's zoom out, let's have a look. That mouth needs some more black shading on it, I'd say. So, a little bit under the mustache there. No, that just makes the mouth bigger. I think that the reason the mouth looks a bit odd is because I haven't done the cross-hatching on his hair and beard yet. So I think what we'll do tonight is we'll wrap up by trying to do his hair. So let's start with that fantastic mullet. So starting with the dark shades. Come on, load. Well, this laptop will be the death of me one day. Right, this entire part of the beard will pretty much be in shadow. This shape of the mustache. This section of the mustache. Under here. A little bit of shading because the mustache is taking up that part of the beard. A little bit here because of the shape of the cheekbone. It's part of the beard. And down here. This little bit. This part of the beard would more or less be in entire dark shadow because of where it is on Jake. There is a list of what I want to draw, Finn. But I'm struggling where to start on that list. Right now, my main objective is to get better at colouring, which I think on the face is a lot better, but now I need to apply that to the rest of the drawing. This is no easy feat. Right. Dark tone. Ah, the... Right, hold on. So, dark tone. Wait, why didn't that work? Laptop's being a moron again. It's just forgotten the command that I told it to do. There we go. Oh, no. Hold on. There we go. Now the light tones. This bit here. I think I'm going to have to end the stream soon anyway, because this laptop is struggling to do basic commands at this point. Oh, nope, wrong tone. Okay, now that the colouring style is matching up to the beard, it's starting to take a better shape. Right, then... Right, let's blend this all in. Easy now. Easy. See if we can carefully get that curve on the hair. I want to add a little bit more shading to this part of the beard here. Grab my brush. This bit here. And then we'll smudge it in. Alright, so the beard's looking better. Now let's get some of the black tones in there. Easy. This part's always difficult, especially with a crappy tablet. I don't complain about it a lot, and a bad craftsman blames his tools. No, this is actually a god-awful tablet. I'd love a Cintiq though. Problem is, they cost anywhere up to £20,000, and at the very least Cost 2,000. I haven't got that kind of money. When we all love that kind of money, though. Boosh! Alright, black. Ah, there we go. The black's starting to add a nice amount of shape to the beard there. There we go, looking much better. It's all starting to come together really nicely now. It's starting to... I think I was right before about the beard not making it look as good as I'd like it to. But now that I've adapted it to the colouring style, it's looking a lot better. Let's just add, I think the last thing we'll do for tonight is attempt to add some cross-hatching to this beard. Well, I say cross-hatching. I'm essentially just doing little dashes like that. Little dashes like this. But it is pretty much the same thing as cross-hatching. Forgot all about the eyebrows, you know. Right, now. Yeah, that's looking a lot better there. Alright, we are going to finish Jake off at some point, but once I've practiced some more with this colouring technique, hopefully we can improve on what we have done and make the rest of Jake look this good. So, ladies and gentlemen, below I would like you to comment on